Nikon ZFC Review. Nikon accomplished an effective design with the ZFC, providing a unique shooting experience for an affordable cost in comparison to the Nikon Z50. This variable angle display is a thoughtful inclusion that embodies Nikon's fusion principle of blending old and fresh styles. Nonetheless, more sophisticated photographers may miss the barrier from the elements and the more considerable full-frame detector, especially considering what lenses are available now. Nevertheless, for the average person, this ZFC offers a fantastic blend of traditional design and modern mirrorless photography capabilities. Even if you're not a fan of the Nikon FM2, you'd still appreciate how well designed the Nikon ZFC is. A classic camera for passionate photographers, with its details and features reimagined for modern times, it's something to behold. All things considered, it is easy to appreciate the Nikon ZFC. From the outside, it's virtually the same measurements as an FM2, making this camera incredibly small and convenient to handle. Its structural design, physical features, everything pays homage to the FM2. Even the font styling has been inspired by it. The view from the apex is just as amazing. Although thinner than the FM2, it still contains ISO, shutter speed, and exposure compensation dials for exposure. We adore the tiny window with an LCD display depicting the current aperture setting. Nikon almost went all out, but then we come to lenses. Wait. One thing most people noticed is the lack of an aperture control ring. None of the other Nikon Z lenses have this feature either, despite the full complement of exposure dials it offers. The 28mm lens sole control ring can be switched between focus and aperture, but not both. The camera's front command dial can also be used to shift the aperture, but it's more complicated than using the control ring and difficult to do while shifting the shutter speed with the same fingers. In conclusion, the ZFC doesn't have a dedicated lens control for aperture control, which is a key point in this system. We wish Fujifilm will create new special edition legacy lenses specifically for the X series that support aperture control rings. If you're not into shooting in aperture priority mode, then it doesn't really matter, does it? By learning how to use the exposure dials, and mode switch including auto, and in-camera auto ISO, you can quickly get the exposure effect you want. Furthermore, in-camera auto ISO functions just like expensive Nikon cameras, allowing users to manually select their preferred minimum shutter speed. Apart from that, the ZFC's flip touchscreen is the best choice for selfie enthusiasts and vloggers. This kind of display can be completely folded away, revealing a dappled leather finish as protection. You can act like it's without a screen, which isn't achievable with constant or tilt screens. We didn't reach Fujifilm X Pro 3 levels, a device that shows a filled film roll on its back, but it looks exact. The EVF is circular, which gives a finished look to the back. It has a display of 2.36 million dots and runs at 60 FPS, with features and performance that is impressive considering the price. Even though you will have to stick your eye right up close to get a good view. The touchscreen is incredibly user-friendly, offering touch focus and subject tracking, speedy shutter response, full menu navigation, and playback control. Its size adds very little bulk to the ZFC. It is apparent that this camera is up to date with the surrounding manipulation dials. It has a switch on the shutter speed dial which can be switched from taking stills to video. It is unfortunate though, even when shooting either photos or videos, the in-camera menu stays constant. Having separate custom menus for both photos and videos would make it much simpler to navigate options. The Nikon ZFC boasts a high-quality magnesium alloy structure, which is quite remarkable for its cost. The time it takes to start shooting is short as the camera is ready to take photos in just 1 second after powering up. No delays here. The Nikon ZFC is undeniably beautiful, a classic design with exposure dials, a circular viewfinder, a silver top plate, and a leather finish.